Ready, set.
This is the Green Tree Tavern. It was actually built in 1790. It's the first Masonic lodge west of the Mississippi. Started in about 1809. They found the evidence of that, and there's a monument going up for it. The problem we're addressing here today is actually the mud dauber infestation in the attic and on the shutters and on the ceiling of the galleries. And what we're going to be doing is removing those mud dauber nests and also cleaning up the mess after them. This is the first part of a long project. The next part will be the bouchage and then the whitewash. So this is our first day here, and we'll be starting in the attic. So one of the first processes of mud daubering is to have proper tools, and one of the things you want to do, especially when working with historical homes, is never use metal scrapers. You want to use something that will give, and it's called sacrificial. These are sacrificial if they break. You don't want to break the timbers. You also want a soft bristle toothbrush, preferably one that is clear, but this one here is not, but the clear ones, because if you're working with something with a lot of liquid, the dye can actually get into the wood off the toothbrush, so you want to make sure that it's clear. This is not going to be a problem because of working with dry stuff and very little water. So you have a plastic putty knife, and you have a soft bristle toothbrush, and also it's better to wear a mask because of the dust, the mud that's coming off, and a pair of goggles, which I do not have right now. So the first thing you want to do is you always want to make sure, if you look at mud dauber nest and there's holes in those nests, that means they're inactive. The mud daubers have already disappeared. If not, you need to be careful because there's still maybe active mud daubers, and mud daubers are not aggressive unless you grab them. Then they will sting, but they're unsocial creatures. They don't come together in hives. They are very unsocial, and they usually lay their eggs and leave. And also, what you also want to make sure you have is a black plastic bag, trash bag. Because what you're going to do is knock these things off into the trash bag. And that way, once they're knocked off, you can seal the trash bag, and you should let the trash bag be sealed for about 3 weeks and then dispose of it. So I'm going to show you real quick of how to knock it down. It's very simple.
Go.
There's a difference between mud dauber nest and wasp nest. And wasps are very social creatures, and they will sting you. Okay, so you got to make sure you know. If you have a big clump of what looks like mud or paper, what they call paper, wood pulp, then that is a wasp nest, and you do not need to take that down without first spraying it, and you need a very quick kill agent when you spray, and be sure you are away from the nest as far as possible. But these are mud dauber nests, and you can see the holes in them. The mud daubers have already gone. But what you want to do is make sure you have your mask on. And then I'm going to leave my mask off for this presentation because I can't talk and you hear me. But you want to take your putty knife, and you just want to actually get there and knock it off. And that's exactly what you do. Okay? And what you're also going to do after you knock this off, okay, is you see how easy they come off. But you also notice that there's mud left or dirt left. And that's what the soft bristle toothbrush is for. You're going to clean that mud off the wood. That's when you really do need to have a mask on because it goes everywhere. But most of this, as you can see, the damage is very repairable. And then after you get as much off as possible, we're going to spray this down with distilled water. Do not use regular tap water. Do not use, because it has a calcium in it, you want distilled water so all the impurities are removed, because if not, you take a chance of damaging the wood. Okay, so you don't want to do that. And so it's very simple. This is very simple: distilled water and a soft bristle toothbrush. And what you're going to do is dump the toothbrush into the distilled water, and you can go over it and then clean that area up. Okay. And that's going to take away the dirt. Okay, and you can see what I just did. Okay, so, and you cannot, when this dries, you will not be able to tell there was ever a mud dauber there, so, or a mud dauber nest. And there's another one we just took down, so let's do that one. And also you can use a paper towel or something to dab that, which I do have some towels for. So, and that is how you remove a mud dauber nest from a historical building.